Why would a home that is roughly identical to another home in two different areas of town sell for vastly different prices? Let's say Bobby has a home that's 3,000 square foot and it's identical to Sarah's home that's 3,000 square foot across town. Bobby's house is in a really high rated school district. Sarah's house is in a lower rated school district that is a higher rate of crime. Okay, so in these examples, I'm giving you some information on why these two properties may not be identical comparables, and why they may not be valued at the same price. Because a lot of the time, our sellers will ask us, well, we saw this house that sold for this, 3 miles down the road, but there were other factors that determined why that house sold for a different amount. And it could be things such as school district. It could be as simple as the neighborhood has vastly different values. Even neighborhoods right next to each other can sell for vastly different values. Could be as simple as the crime rate or the location. Could be as simple as desirability for like even walkability. Sometimes neighborhoods sell better because they have easier walkability or easier location to freeways. And sometimes that can have the negative impact. If it's closer to a freeway, sometimes that actually hurts the value. So it just all depends on your particular neighborhood. When we are running comparables, we are generally only looking at comparables within a half-mile radius, ideally. Sometimes we'll go outside of that to a mile radius, but we generally do not like to go across major thoroughfares, because then that can drastically impact the results, unless you have a very unique home, such as a multi-acreage property or something of that nature, where it's not very cookie cutter and it's harder to pull comparables for. In that case, sometimes we do have to go outside of those limits. But if you're in more of a spec neighborhood, you are not going to want to look at your, a neighbor's home that's even 2 miles down the street and say, well, their home looks pretty similar to mine, because those two different neighborhoods can sell for drastically different prices. So this is why running a comparative market analysis, or CMA, with a real estate agent is so important, and why it's important to get a professional opinion on what your home is actually worth.